Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the founder and president of Pediatric Stroke Warriors, Kaysee Hyatt.
Incredible organization. I'll be really honest, we're actually all a board of volunteers. Oh no. You're good now? Right. Yes. So I can easily say, on behalf of all of us with the board tonight and the children and families that we serve, that we thank you for being here. For our second annual Wishes for Warriors auction event, I can tell you that we started out with 150 tickets. We thought, yeah, we can do this. Within 2 weeks, we bumped it to 170. Within 2 weeks, we sold out. Which tells me there's a lot of people out here that believe in what we're doing. So our corporate sponsors are truly the best of the best. Seattle Children's Hospital stepped up this year. The Smart Cap Group for the second time. They were one of our founding sponsors. I know I got some Insperity folks here. Right there. And Kelsey, Brian, and Stevens. Along with a dozen other corporate sponsors who literally all said yes. They listened to what we had to say about what it is that we do. They said, I want to help. And that is pretty phenomenal. So our volunteers and the board of directors all told me, you don't need to call me up. We're not going to do an Academy Award speech. I'm not going to go on and on. But I do have to say that most people think that we're this big dynamic group with what we accomplish. But we are actually very small, but mighty. And so, if I could at least have everyone give a hand for our entire board of directors and our volunteers. That's mine. We'll be auctioning her off as the first live auction. Vendor already promised. Big bucks. Big bucks. Sold. So in all seriousness, I know that for some of you in this room, this is your first time hearing about a stroke in a child. I know that for some of you, you're the doctors, you're the therapists, you're the friends, the family, and some of you are the families that know exactly what it's like to be directly impacted when your child has a stroke. So whatever our experience, we're literally all here tonight simply to come together to fill a need that is so important for so many children and families. 4 years ago, this fiery redhead here, my husband and I, we were told that she had a stroke. It took us 6 months of going from doctor to doctor, appointment, to finally wind up at one of the best hospitals, one of the best programs, that could identify that she had had a stroke. We went through the appointments, the tests, ongoing therapy. I became the Google queen. Because I'll tell you, there's not an awful lot out there when it comes to stroke in children. Families literally become advocates in finding information and figuring out the best way to support their children. And this is the way it is for any family that goes through this. Families doing whatever it takes to help their child reach their greatest potential. And when we started Pediatric Stroke Warriors, that's exactly where we started. We founded it so that we could find a way to bring children and families together so that they can connect with those resources so that they'd have information, and above all, they'd have a community of families going through exactly what they're going through. That kind of hope, there's no words. I think any family that has ever gone through something like this can tell you, just to know that they are not alone is huge. So Steve Jobs certainly said it best when he said, the ones who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. So you all joined us in this crazy adventure, which is wonderful. We have an incredible group of leaders, big thinkers, and game changers who dedicated themselves to the mission of building awareness and hope for children in stroke. Over the past few years, we've continued to strengthen communities by promoting support to families, promoting advocacy, and education and awareness. We've been able to work alongside of some of the best hospitals, some of the greatest doctors, and they can honestly say that it's time that an organization has stepped up and is doing something for children and families. Some of you were here last year, and we did something called Sponsor a Brave Box. It's one of our most simplest programs, but it truly makes such a world of difference. So we do what's called a warrior bag and a brave box. Our warrior bags are throughout different hospitals, especially Seattle Children's in the stroke program. These bags are simply toolkits to families, starting out. It has a family guide, a resource guide, contact information, talks about therapy, and above all, just talks about hope. It connects you to a community. You can say literally, up until this time, families did not have these resources. You would walk out of a hospital, even with the best medical team at your side, not knowing what to do next. So it's a starting place. Our Brave boxes, you can see a lot of these kiddos sporting our shirts, proud to be brave, proud to be fierce, proud to be mighty. I mean, this is a gift that just brings a smile to a child impacted by stroke. 60% of children that have stroke will have lifelong medical conditions, sorry. And so simply to be able to be there for them when they're having an upcoming appointment, having a surgery, having a rough time accepting that they're a little bit different in school. These are important times. And so we didn't have the sponsor a Brave box out there this time, but we will be throwing it in, and we'll be talking about it a little bit more so when we get to that point with Fun to Wish tonight. It's a great way to impact. The last thing that I would like to mention is that some of you may not know that right here in our region, we have the most comprehensive stroke program. Led by Seattle Children's and by Dr. Annalie LaFond. Yes, trust me, yes. Two years ago, I went to her and I said, hey, are you busy? I said, we started this organization and we know that Seattle Children treats not only children here in our community, Idaho, Oregon, Montana. When someone notices a sign of stroke in a child, they're calling them because their program is so robust, because their doctors are so amazing. And most often not, it's Dr. Annalie LaFond taking these calls. And so when I went to her and I said, we want to be a voice together. We want to take the medical side, we want to add in the families, and we want to work together with Seattle Children's. And so our first and biggest impact was creating the Stroke Fund, which helps families immediately with financial aid. And it as well goes and it assists them with the clinical research that's coming out of Seattle Children's. I will tell you this, in 2.5 years, this woman has blown me away. Not only can I say that every family that we talk to just absolutely respects and cares for the kind of work that she does. She's saving children's lives. When we work with the Department of Health, or when we talk to emergency transportation services about how do you recognize stroke? How can we get this information out there? And they always say, well, Dr. LaFond is an expert on stroke. Yes, we know that. So a few months ago, we decided, let's give an award. Let's start doing awards for our community where we can talk about the impact that other people are making. And quite honestly, all of us with Pediatric Stroke Warriors, we're not the doctors, we're not the researchers, but we work with incredible ones. And so this evening, I'm going to invite a family up here with me tonight that knows exactly what it's like to work with Dr. LaFond, that knows exactly what it's like to have a child have a stroke and need a doctor, immediately know how to take control, immediately know how to be by that side. So if I could have Amanda and Colin Cosman come up here with me. And if I could have Dr. Catherine Emily LaFond join us. She is also the most humble person you will meet. So I know I could go on and on. Trust me, I could. I'm really passionate, and I could stand up here for a long time. But we all came here tonight to do some fundraising, right? So before I do that, I just want to say, come Monday, folks are going to say, what did you do this weekend? My hope is obviously you say, I spent an incredible amount of money. But I learned about an organization truly making a difference for something that does happen all the time. Pediatric stroke is not rare. This happens at any age for a child. And it truly is important and life-saving that everybody understands that there are education that can be shared. If you go to our website, you can find all sorts of information that you can download, have up at in a doctor's office, at your work, even simply just sharing on social media. This month happens to be Stroke Awareness Month. Yes. And thanks to our governor, Jay Inslee, he declared it Pediatric Stroke Awareness Month. To definitely bring a voice to pediatric stroke. And that's what we hope we can continue to do. I definitely know you guys are all as passionate about helping support us along the way. I thank you for your time. And I'm gonna invite up Mr. Bender here to kick us off. He promised me purple shoes. I think we're gonna get there.
No, I haven't turned them on yet.
Wait a minute. No. Let's see it.
There's red.
No, we want purple. Purple.
Done.
There we go.